Most people think sharks belong in deep water, far from shore, far from people, far from where you're swimming. But that's not how the ocean works, because some of the largest predators on Earth are choosing to come closer, closer to shore, closer to boats, closer to people. And it's not an accident, it's happening for a reason. You've probably seen the footage. A massive great white circling a boat, a dark shape moving just beneath a surfer, a fin cutting through shallow water where people are swimming. It looks like something is wrong, like the shark is lost. But it's not lost. It's exactly where it wants to be. The truth is, sharks don't need deep water. They never did. Some of the most efficient hunting happens in water that's only a few feet deep. Because near the shore, everything changes. First, food. Sharks go where the food is, and a lot of that food lives closer to land than you think. Seals gather near coastlines. Bait fish move in massive schools near shore. Even injured or dead animals wash in with the tide. To a shark, the shoreline isn't a boundary, it's a feeding ground. In places like California, South Africa, and Australia, great white sharks follow seal colonies that live just offshore. They don't chase them into deep water. They wait near the shallows, because that's where seals feel safest, and that's where they're most vulnerable. Then there's the water itself. Near the shore, visibility drops. Sand gets stirred up, waves break, light scatters. To us, it looks murky. To a shark, it's an advantage. Sharks don't rely on sight the way we do. They feel movement. They detect vibrations. They sense electrical signals in the water. In low visibility, they become even more effective, because their prey can't see them coming. And then there are tides. Twice a day, the ocean shifts. Water moves in, water pulls out, and with it comes everything else. Small fish get pushed toward shore, larger predators follow. It creates a moving system, one that brings hunting opportunities closer and closer to land. But the biggest factor is something most people never think about: migration. Sharks don't stay in one place. They travel, sometimes thousands of miles, following temperature, following breeding patterns, following food, and during certain times of the year, those paths bring them directly along coastlines. That's why you suddenly hear about spikes in shark sightings. It's not random, it's seasonal, predictable, and completely natural. But here's where people misunderstand what happens next. When a shark gets close to a person, it's not hunting you. It's trying to figure out what you are. From below, in low light, in moving water, you don't look human. You look like something else. A seal, a fish, something injured, something worth investigating. And that's where what scientists call an investigative bite comes in. A shark doesn't always attack to kill. Sometimes it tests one bite, not to consume, but to understand. To the shark, it's information. To us, it's everything. But even then, most sharks don't continue, because once they realize you're not what they were looking for, they leave. Which leads to something most people don't expect. The real danger isn't always the shark, it's what happens after. Because if you're offshore, if you're drifting, if you're separated from your boat, if no one knows exactly where you are, Your biggest problem isn't what's below you, it's whether anyone can find you at all. Most people think they'll just scream for help, but offshore, your voice disappears fast. Wind, waves, distance. Sound doesn't travel the way you think it does, and in the open ocean, you are smaller than you realize. That's how people go missing. Not because they were far away, but because no one heard them. That's why experienced boaters, divers, and offshore crews all carry one thing most people overlook: a way to be heard, a way to signal, a way to be found. Because in the ocean, visibility changes, conditions shift, and situations turn fast. And when they do, you don't get time to prepare. So the next time you see a shark near shore, remember this: it's not lost, it's not confused, it's not out of place. It's following instinct, it's following food, it's following a system that's been in place long before we ever entered the water. And the real question isn't why the shark is there. It's whether you're prepared if you are. Because the ocean doesn't warn you, and it doesn't wait. It just keeps moving. Subscribe to Commander Puzzles for real ocean survival stories and the hidden truths behind what really happens at sea.